Nice. All right, tonight is gonna be the first night in my newly converted car camper. I'm taking a little pit stop in Pennsylvania at my parents' house, and then I'm headed around the country to see some of the coolest things full-time for the next few months, and I'm really, really excited. Tonight is kind of a night of discovery, figuring out what's working and what's not in my newly converted camper. It should be a really nice night. First things first though, I gotta run into the grocery store and grab some ingredients for tonight's meal. We're making some delicious steak sandwiches.
Please remember to take your receipt. Thank you. Please remove all bags welcome. Please select your...
We have about an hour and 7 minutes. Let's get to it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know what that means. It's raining. I was planning on doing this video a few days ago, but for whatever reason, it's like literally the end of April. It's almost May. But the nighttime temperatures here in my area of Pennsylvania last night and the night before were freezing. It was literally 30 degrees and 34 degrees. 2 nights in a row, back to back. I don't know what the deal was with that, so I opted for doing today because when I looked yesterday, the weather said it was gonna be decent weather today, and then tonight it's gonna be like 47 degrees. 10 degrees warmer, I'll absolutely, okay. I didn't come home to do winter camping, right? Like that was not my MO. I figured it'd be warmer by the time I got back to Pennsylvania, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do some camping videos when I get back because it'll be at least in the 50s at night. No, 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 no. I'm gonna shut up and let's get to our campsite, and should be a fun night. Dude, that thing is sick. That is so cool. You have arrived. Let's see. I think I'm gonna back in. Oh, it's a nice little campsite for the night. It's nice and out of the way. I'm on like a back road. It's still raining. But it's not too bad with some of the cover. Check her out. It's a nice little campsite. This is nice. Nice little area. I wish it was sunny for sure, but you know, it is what it is. All right, I think that's pretty good. Whew. It's chillier up here. We have a seemingly pretty much brand new picnic table with some dookie on it. We have a fire pit, which unfortunately we can't use tonight. If you guys saw the video I made with my dad where we camped in the back of his old van, I'm in the same general area as we were for that video, and here we're not allowed to have fires from March 1st to May 25th. Nonetheless, I'm still excited for tonight. This should be a nice little first outing in the car. But like I said, it's definitely colder here than it is even back down where I am. I went about an hour and 15 minutes northeast. I gotta be honest, this is probably like 5 or 10 degrees colder at least here. I'm gonna check. There's no way it's 58. Wait, no, that's my home. Okay, Bethlehem, yes. 51 degrees, so it is 7 degrees colder. And apparently it's supposed to rain this evening now, which that is not what I was looking for. Well, 9 p.m. All right, yeah, no biggie. It's only 4:16 right now, so it is way too early to make dinner or anything. So I think I'm gonna show you guys around the car so you can see all of the changes and improvements that I've made in the time that I've been home. I'm really excited actually about it. I've been home now for like 3 weeks, I want to say 3.5 weeks. Nothing crazy on the outside. I'm sure you guys have noticed that I do have tint on my windows now. On the front windshield, I have no tint. And then I opted for 20% tint on the front, which yes, I know is technically illegal, but it is what it is. And I did 5% on the windows from all the way here back. You can see in through the 20% on the front, but the 5%, can't see in, which is awesome. The only time that you can actually see in through the 5%, I've already done some testing, is at nighttime with a light on inside. So in order to combat that for when I'm stealth camping, like if I'm in a city or a parking lot and I just don't really want people to be able to see in that I'm camping in the back, I have window covers. So this one is for my front windshield. It's just silver on both sides. I feel like that's pretty normal to cover your windshield when you're parked. But for all the rest of the windows, from the front all the way back to the rear windshield, I made my own window covers. They have the insulation, and then on the other side, I put black tablecloth over them. So they're blacked out and a little bit more stealthy. Below my window covers here on this side, I have my tool bag, my camping chair, my camping table, extra oil, and then underneath all of that, I have all of my other tools. Then up front, right now, I have an extra blanket because it is going to be a little bit cold tonight. Backpack there and another backpack here. That houses all of my work stuff, all of my photo and video gear. That's what I do. So then I have toiletry bag there. The front seat is kind of like just my miscellaneous stuff. So luckily I have enough space to keep my driver's side completely clear. If I ever get into a bind and I need to get out of somewhere quick, I can hop into the front seat and get right on out of there. Opening up this door, one of my biggest, happiest improvements is this thing right here. I am so stoked to have this. This is an Iceco JP30, I think. So now I can actually cook food instead of just making dehydrated stuff like noodles and whatever. Now I can actually cook real food, which is why tonight we're making steak sandwiches. Right now I just have a LaCroix in there and then the groceries I just picked up, but we have her set to 37 degrees. Currently drawing 0 watts, which is incredible. So the fridge cycles off and on. Whenever it's at temperature, it cycles off and on. And when it is cycled on, it normally draws around like 40-ish watts. So theoretically, this fridge could last me, or the battery bank that I have can last me quite a few days without even having to charge it. But I did get solar panels. I don't have them in my car right now. But I'll put those right here. Then we have the back, which is where the whole party is. So you guys have seen the back already, but I kind of packed it up, and if you guys are new, then I'll show you around. So I have a nice little bed here. It's just a 3-inch memory foam topper. I do have another piece to go on top. I'm going to test tonight and see if the 3 inches is thick enough or if I need the 6 inches. When I drove from California to Pennsylvania and camped, I did have the full 6 inches and it was really comfortable, but I want to try to keep it as low profile as possible because I want to be able to sit up as much as I can. And I have my water jug here, which I'm going to put that right over here next to the fridge. I have a little space for it to put some water jugs. I have enough room for 3 gallons. And then over here is where the fun is. I built this 2-drawer system to allow myself to have more headroom on the bed but still have storage. So the bottom drawer is my kitchen drawer, which is full and heavy right now, but check it out. Right now I have cutting boards on top, and then I have propane for my stove, plates, bowls, utensils, all the good stuff. My mom got me these. Thank you, Mom. I love these things. They're so good. Pots, pans, some backpacking meals, and then I have paper towels and toilet paper back behind there, and then all of my dry goods right here. So my mom got me a lot of this stuff. Again, thank you, Mom. She's trying to keep me stocked. She knows I eat a lot, but when I'm on the road, it's kind of hard for me to eat a lot. And then in the top drawer, I have my clothing. I have my shorts, my pants. I have a little bit of extra toiletries back here. So I have dude showers, dude wipes, liquid IV for those dehydrating days where I'm hiking a lot. I have socks and underwear and all of my t-shirts stacked too high. And up top here, I have my 2-burner Coleman stove, my fold and go. So this thing folds out. You guys will see this later. And I opted for this over the green Coleman stove that I did have before because the green one just took up way too much space. Then I have my air fryer here, which you guys saw in the pizza video. Next to my stove, these 2 little bars here are actually light bars. So you can either turn them on auto, which will use this motion sensor, or you can turn them on. And they're magnetic, and they have different temperatures as well as different brightnesses. So I can go to the highest brightness here, and then this is the warm white, that's the cold white, and then this is the warm, just warm overall. And they're magnetic, so I put 2 magnets here, and I put 2 magnets right up there. There you go. Now I have light for right here, and then I have another bar to put light right up over there. And they just charge through a USB-C, so they're not battery operated either, which is great. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out the last few weeks. It's been a really nice rest stop being back here in my hometown, seeing my parents, seeing my friends, and also getting my car situated and getting some work done. I'm not sure exactly of my plan yet. So the original plan was for me to drive from California, where I live, here to Pennsylvania, where my parents live and where I grew up, and then drive down to Florida and go to Key West, which is the southernmost point of the United States. And then from there, I was going to drive up to Alaska and go to Prudhoe Bay, which is the northernmost point of the United States. Basically, America's longest road trip, North America's longest road trip. My other option is to go from here, Pennsylvania, and then take 80, or go down south a little bit and then take 40 over and go to Albuquerque, and then head into Utah and Colorado. I would still probably go to Alaska because that's something that I want to do and somewhere I want to see. Tell me what you guys think. Does it really matter, or do you guys care for me to go to Florida first and then start from there, or you don't really care and you say just start now, start heading back toward where you want to go, and then head up to Alaska when it's time? It's going to be a really awesome summer. I'm like so excited for this summer. I can't wait. I don't know. We'll see. All right. I'm doing a little reading on this book, try to get some ideas for the trip. But it's dinner time. I'm hungry. Got all of our supplies. So tonight we're going to make a steak sandwich. So I picked up some cheese, some steaks, some arugula, and then some other odds and ends, including bread. I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I am not gonna do onions. I don't like onions that much. I know it's like a staple for steak sandwiches, but again, I am just not a fan of onions. They never sit well in my stomach. I'm just not a fan. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my steak. So I'm gonna cut some, not all, I'm gonna cut just a little bit of the fat off of the cap here on the side. That's just a big chunk of fat. I don't want that. Some salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, and a little bit of rosemary to finish it off. And we'll flip the steak over and do the other side as well. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. I'm gonna start by putting my pan on, getting it nice and hot. I'm gonna throw down a little bit of olive oil in the pan. My biggest problem is I don't have a pot or a pan that's really big enough for this, so this is my biggest pan. I'm just gonna have to kind of work with it. Get that nice and hot. For the sauce, we're just using a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of this stone ground Dijon mustard. I'm just gonna try and get a bit of a crust now on this side, let it cook for another couple of minutes, and then we'll take it off and let it sit for like 5 minutes or so. All right, take it off and let it sit. I'll just pour some of this steak juice over it while it sits. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my bread right in on this pan that I had my steak in, and give it a nice little golden color. Let it sop up some of those juices. All right, there we go. Throw the cheese directly in the pan like this. I saw Gordon Ramsay do this, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna get a nice little layer of sauce down on my base layer of bread here. Throw this right on top of that. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut up our steak while we wait for this to kind of toast up a bit more. Definitely cooked the steak a little bit too long. A little bit of red down here near the end, but I like my steak medium rare normally. Forgot about this actually. And then we'll get the other side of this toasted up a bit. Put the steak on the sandwich a while. Oh, yeah, that's good. Just a little bit of arugula on top. And there we go. Cut it in half. And there we have it. As you guys can see, the steak is definitely a bit overcooked until you get to the back here. Wow. That's really good. Dude. Having this fridge is going to be so great. I'm stoked. Now I can make food like this all the time. That is so delicious. I'm 100% having the other one tonight. That sandwich did not stand a chance. I am gonna cook a second one. And then just like last time, we're gonna get this thing off and let it rest. Oh, yeah, dude. That is gonna be so good. It's like a nice rare on the top. Cut her down the middle. Seriously, I'm not even putting on for camera. This is insane. Not today, steak sandwich. Not today. And now comes my least favorite part. The cleanup. I wish I could just snap my finger and it all be clean. Well, I guess it does work. Get myself situated again to watch my movie. I have my LaCroix still. I'm gonna watch my movie and yeah. Movie going again. And get the light turned off. The movie was alright. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite. I'm gonna brush my teeth and get myself ready for bed. What a successful night. I'm really happy with this camper build. I think that's going to be about it for tonight. I'll catch you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning. That smells bad. I've been striking out on every trip lately for coffee. I once again forgot to bring coffee. I'm gonna pack up the rest of the car and then we'll get on out of here. I'm really, really glad that I brought that blanket last night because otherwise I would have been pretty cold. I was really comfortable actually. My body was really comfortable as far as temperature goes. And that is gonna pretty much wrap up the first night sleeping in my newly converted car camper. Overall, very, very successful. I think this is a super functional build for what I am intending for. And that was my goal when I built it. Make it as functional and as simplistic as possible. And I think I hit both of those right on the head. The next video that you guys watch, I will be on the road and I am so excited for that. I'm excited to just hit some warm weather again. Here's to the journey and I'll catch you guys next week. As always, live fulfilled.